yanzu Abuja ta yi duk jama'a suna godiya. Da zuwan kamar dubo yanzu Abuja na gyaruwa.
During feasibility studies carried out by Haven of Hope in 2014, teenage mothers were identified in the Mbororo Fulani community of Santa Subdivision. In collaboration with the Subdivisional Delegate of Women's Empowerment and the Family, Santa, the Inspectorate of Basic Education, Santa, and Boscoda Northwest Region, a functional literacy program was launched in January 2015 here in the campus of Government Primary School Njong in the Santa Subdivision of Mezam Division, Northwest Region, Cameroon, within the context of a capacity building project. This campus was approved by the Mayor of Santa Subdivision in collaboration with the Inspectorate of Basic Education. A pilot group of 10 Mbororo Fulani teen mothers launched the literacy program. It was initially planned that by the end of 1 year, that is in January 2016, they would have acquired enough basic knowledge in reading and calculations, which would enable them to undertake skills training in any income-generating activities of their choice. In the course of the literacy classes, 5 teen mothers distinguished themselves, and the head teacher confirmed that they were capable to prepare for the first school leaving certificate examination in June 2016. However, it was later observed that the time frame was not sufficient to achieve the set goals. Therefore, at the start of this working season in September 2015, a brief meeting was held in the premises of Haven of Hope, and it was unanimously agreed to extend the duration for literacy classes to 2 years. The report was presented to the Inspectorate of Basic Education in Santa for his endorsement.
First of all, the whole idea of carrying out the program for 1 year was good, but I think coming now to carry out the program for 2 years, following our discussion, you keep the children longer in school and therefore give them more opportunity to have access to quality education. So I support sincerely the idea of shifting the program from 1 year project to 2 years project.
Haven of Hope consultants enumerate why 2 years are eligible.
When these adult learners go in for only for a year, before you know it, the year is all over. But if they are there for 2 years, the first year they are introducing themselves, the dropouts are there, the learners that are beginners, they are there. Before you know, when the first year is through, the second year now some of them will really be to write the first school living that can take them up to a different level. For those that will not be able to make it at the end of these 2 years, they must have learned the basics of reading and writing, that if you are even going in for the functional part of it as a tailor or as a hairdresser or as a small buy and seller, you will be able, if you are a young girl and you don't know how to measure dresses, you know that you need to use a tape. But before, if you only went in there for 1 year, you will not be able to pick up with the measurement and assess it.
This pioneer batch is expected to have acquired enough knowledge in literacy by January 2017. In February 2017, 5 of them will start skills training in any income-generating activities of their choice, while the other 5 confirmed for first school leaving certificate examination will continue with intensive classes till June 2017, when the examination will be written. Those who will succeed in the examination will be sponsored to pursue studies in post-primary institutions. In order to ensure the success of the literacy program, a second teacher, Mr. Ndong Vitalis, was recruited by the organization in May 2016 to reinforce the facilitator, Mr. Ngwambi Genesis.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm very happy to be here as Madam has called me to do the work. I know how to read and write. And I also love that you should know how to read and like me, so that nobody will be cheated in the society again. A journey of 1,000 miles always begins with a single step. So what I want is that I will plant a good seed into your mind that will never be forgotten.
I know also bringing it additional teacher who may be an additional load to having a hope. But I think, given that Heaven of Hope is so dedicated and really out to change the future of these children, God will always give them the means.
Furthermore, the literacy classes have been divided into two sections: those preparing for the first school leaving certificate examination and those to begin training in income-generating activities at the end of the program.
History is the study of past events.
Textbooks were purchased and distributed by Haven of Hope to the group that is preparing for first school leaving certificate examination to be written in June 2017.
Thank you very much, Mom. We shall do our best.
Okay, I hope so. That's well. Good.
Regular visits are paid by the staff of Haven of Hope to monitor progress. In the course of one of the counseling and assessment mission, two of the beneficiaries confided that they were not regular for literacy classes due to a lot of work at home. They said that they would like to leave their parents' home, but had no money to pay rent in a new location. A few weeks later, the Chief Executive Director of Haven of Hope paid a visit to their parents' residence. After a fruitful discussion, they agreed that it was better for their daughters to relocate so that they could focus on their studies. They were happy that Haven of Hope was willing to pay their rent and gave their consent for their daughter's relocation. Haven of Hope immediately rented an apartment in this block where the teen mothers live happily and attend classes regularly without distractions. Though this batch is due to end their literacy classes in January 2017, two are already involved in income-generating activities of their choice. This single mother has no family support and life has been very difficult for her. She was serving in a small restaurant in Santa as a waitress at a wage of 10,000 francs a month to care for herself and her daughter. She is part of the pilot group and has been zealous in the functional literacy classes since it was launched. The organization was monitoring her very closely and observed that she is very good in cooking and understands restaurant business well. This motivated the Chief Executive Director to set up a petit restaurant for her in My 12 Santa. In May 2016, Haven of Hope purchased items required to set up a restaurant business and handed them to her to start immediately.
Today I'm pleased to present to you one of our beneficiaries of the Mbororo community. She was among the 10 girls who constituted the pilot group we selected in 2014 to start a functional literacy project. It has been quite difficult for her to cope with life, and that's why she responded promptly when we went to Santa in March 2014 to see if there were teenage mothers that we could assist. So we have given her a brief business management lesson, and we have also just purchased these items for her. We hope that she will be successful in her business and she will be able to take care of her child, sponsor her through school, and in fact improve her living standards.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
Happy.
To ensure that she has a good start without financial difficulties, rents for her business shared, sanitation and hygiene fee to Santa Council were all paid by Haven of Hope. The restaurant went operational here in My 12 Santa on Monday 23rd of May 2016 at 7:30 a.m. Visit her restaurant and enjoy delicious food. The organization carries out weekly assessment to ensure that her financial and stock record books are properly recorded. A month later, she created her account here at Mitanyin Cooperative Credit Union Santa branch to be saving part of the profit she realizes in business. She has a better life now. This teen mother, who is also of the pilot group, is smart and discreet. When literacy classes were launched, she attended classes for a month and noticed how interesting the lessons were. She was excited and could not wait for 2 years to elapse before engaging in income-generating activities. She then visited this tailoring training workshop in Mile 12 Santa in February 2015 and negotiated with the trainer to give her the opportunity to begin training on the basis that an organization called Haven of Hope will come to pay her training fee and purchase training requirements. In the benefit of doubt, her request was granted. Her intention was to have knowledge from classes applied directly into the skills training. She has been improving in calculating and writing figures as the literacy classes are progressing. Though the organization did not pay her training fee immediately, it continued to observe and encourage her. In March 2016, the organization signed her apprenticeship agreement form here in St. Augustine's Constructive Fashion Home, and in April 2016, her training fee was paid and training requirements purchased. She is being trained to sew both male and female dresses. She can now use measuring tape, write down the figures, extract material, and sew. Haven of Hope purchases materials for her regularly to practice and perfect her skills. She is among the 5 girls who will write the first school leaving certificate examination in June 2017. She arrives at the training workshop at 8 a.m. and leaves at 2 p.m. for literacy classes. She will complete skills training in tailoring in February 2018. The organization looks forward to establishing her upon her graduation. They took part in March Past on Youth Day, 11th February 2016, and also on National Day, 20th May 2016. The Inspectorate of Basic Education Santa is confident that the lives of these Mbororo teen mothers under the auspices of Haven of Hope have a better future due to the commitment of its staff.
I foresee these children going places. I foresee them moving ahead. I foresee them being better people than what they were initially. I foresee the program succeeding because of the commitment of Haven of Hope. And I will also make effort to make sure that I pass around and see what is happening and correct when necessary or motivate when necessary for a better success of the program.
The Mbororo Fulani young men are filled with joy for this project by Haven of Hope to young women of their community and say they will be grateful if they will be given the same opportunity.
Idea when we help the sister that was sent them for school and for make men the learn work, we really like the idea fine.
I really like, I'm glad to find for the idea. If they read open the very class there for women picking them to our like.
The beneficiaries are grateful for the services by the government of Cameroon, the donors, and Haven of Hope.
I am happy. I wish to thank the government of Cameroon for working with Haven of Hope to assist us teenage mothers.
I am happy and wish to thank all who are supporting Haven of Hope financially for our success. We are grateful. Thank you, Haven of Hope.
In the course of this season, several Mbororo teenage girls and young women have expressed their interest to take functional literacy classes in the next season, which begins in January 2017. Haven of Hope will continue to sponsor girls and young women of Mbororo Fulani descent in Santa subdivision as long as the need is there and the financial resources are available. Hello viewers, here we are in the campus of Government Primary School Njong, Santa Subdivision, Meza, Northwest region of Cameroon, where the Mbororo Fulani teen mothers attend functional literacy classes sponsored by Haven of Hope organization. Present are the Mbororo Fulani teenage mothers, teachers for the functional literacy classes, and Haven of Hope staff. If you are watching this video in any part of the world and wish to contribute or get more information, contact the organization through the email admin@havenofhopetm.org, website www.havenofhopetm.org, YouTube Haven of Hope Cameroon, telephone numbers +237 671 869 539 or +237 699 780 393. We have come to the end of 2015-2016 annual video report on capacity building for Mbororo Fulani teen mothers by Haven of Hope organization. As we look forward to hearing from you, we say goodbye.